Okay, one last video. We are doing example problems, and I really want to make sure that you have a piece of paper and a pencil, because after we do these examples, you are going to go into your breakout rooms and talk through them. So it's nice to have some think time before we go to working with groups. Okay, so here we have a table. And we have some inputs, we have some outputs. We have X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's going up by 1. And Y, the question is, how is Y changing? We go from 5 to 15, from 15 to 45, from 45 to 135, and from 135 to 405. So, what is happening? What patterns do you notice? I'm going to give you some time to think. Now, you may notice what the question, one question we're asking is, how do we get from 5 to 15? How do we get from 15 to 45? What number are we multiplying by each time? We are multiplying. And I'm not going to tell you. So the question is, what is the common ratio or growth factor? Either way, we can say it the same. And then what value should go here for 6 and 7? Pause the video, write down your answers for that, and when you're ready to move on, let's go to the next example. Okay, I think I went too far. Sometimes people use the letter R to represent common ratio. We're going to use the letter B. That's all. That's all there. Okay, now with this example, the same idea. Pause the video so you can write it down. When you've written it down, restart. How do we get from 1/4 to 1/2, from 1/2 to 1, from 1 to 2, from 2 to 4? What are we doing? What are we multiplying by? And what number should come next? What should come here in 6 and what should go there in 7? What is the common ratio or growth factor? And you can write B equals some number. When you're pause the video, solve it, write it all down, and then when you're ready, you can move on to the next example, which is this. Okay. This one's a little bit harder because you guys are getting good at this. So how do we get from 8 to 12, from 12 to 18, from 18 to 27, from 27 to 40.5? What is happening? And what should the next numbers be? Write it down, think about it. If you get stuck, here's a hint. We're looking at the common ratio, also known as the growth factor. And ratio means fraction. How can thinking about a fraction help us? A fraction is division. How could that help us? Okay, work on this and pause the video, work on it. And when you're ready for the next example, we have one more. Okay, here it is. We are going from 80 to 40, from 40 to 20, from 20 to 10, from 10 to 5. What is happening? How would we describe that pattern? And what are the next two numbers? What should come next? Work on it. Pause the video, work on it. and we will come back together as a class and you will work on these problems.